This video is an overview of memory. Memory starts as incoming information from the environment. It comes into the brain through a sensory filter. Not all sensations we have will reach our conscious level. Once through this filter, the memory trace now reverberates around in the hippocampus as working memory. It is fragile and can be easily lost. If we decide the memory is a keeper, the trace must be consolidated and moved to be retained. Consolidation requires that the trace be strengthened through the movement of more postsynaptic receptors into the synaptic area. This takes time, up to as much as 30 hours. If the trace is not strengthened, it may disappear over time. As you recall the trace again, it will get stronger. This is Hebbian law, that a network of neurons is employed in cell assemblies to represent ideas, and cell assemblies linked together underlie thinking and consciousness. To keep the network active, one needs to recall the information from time to time, so neurons that fire together wire together, or more commonly, use it or lose it. If you want to remember an equation, you look at it, maybe write it down, use it in a problem, and so on, but it cannot stop there. A few days later, you need to look at it again and maybe use it to solve another problem. As you recall the equation, you strengthen it in the mind. This trace will last longer than simply looking at the equation once. There is a difference in recall and recognition. When you do a multiple choice exam, you are required to recognize the correct answer. When you do a fill-in-the-blank exam, you must recall the information from memory. Recall will make the memory trace stronger than simply recognizing the information. When studying, try to recall the information you just read, rather than just rereading your highlighted areas. Memories require the hippocampus to be stored, but the hippocampus is not where they are stored. Think of a library filled with books. The building is where the books are stored. The hippocampus is the computer that tells you where they are stored. If the computer is destroyed, the books already in the library survive, but no new books can be entered into the database. Memories are a mix of sensory input. Let's say in school, you learn the alphabet song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You saw the letters, visual memory, heard the letters, auditory memory, sang the letters, verbal memory, and experienced singing the alphabet, personal history memory. These all combine as part of the memory trace of learning the alphabet. The memory is stored in several different areas. Typically, we do not have to sing the song to ourselves as we write an email because this memory trace is so well known it has become rote. The same is true for the typing of the email. When a memory is recalled, it must be reconsolidated back into the memory pool. Each time you recall the trace, there is an overlay added to it, such as where you were when you recalled it, why you recalled it, and was the recall correct? These are added to the trace for reconsolidation. There is a period of time during the reconsolidation period where the new trace is labile and can be damaged. Once reconsolidated, the trace may become stronger than before. This ends the video on memory overview.